I was changing my daughter the other day, and she's too old for diapers now, but she's still in them, and it's bad because this kid does not poop. This kid craps. This is not okay anymore. I was changing her diaper the other day. It was like a 48-year-old alcoholic man's shit in her diaper. Like, she was out all night drinking Jaeger, and she went to Denny's and got a Grand Slam. Ate half of it, got in a fight in the parking lot, and passed out in a Pontiac and herself. And her friends drove her home with the windows open and dumped her on my lawn. And now I gotta clean it. And it's crazy. And you can't even react. You can't go like, what the f***? That's disgusting. You'll f*** them up about their own shit. You gotta be nice. You open her diaper, it's just chaos in there. It's just bananas. It's just, every shit amazes me. I'm never used to it. Everyone, I'm like, okay, wow, what is that? You have been eating diarrhea for a week, I think. Because that's awful. But you can't. You gotta be like, you just go, oh, wow. You really got something there, honey? That's really something. That's really okay. Well, all right, let me scrape that off your knees for you. Just get it down off your back. Just get all this hazmat in one place. Wipe you down. Clean your tiny vagina at the end. Who knew that was going to be my life? I had no idea that my relationship to the vagina was going to be cleaning shit out of a tiny one several times a day. They don't tell you that. When you're getting ready to be a dad, nobody pulls you aside and says, you're going to have to clean the vagina a lot because every time she takes a shit, it goes straight up her twat. They don't tell you that. Nobody tells you. And they should. It's a big part of being a dad. It's bigger than Christmas. It happens every day. And you got to get it right, front to back. It's very important.
My mom died last year, and we asked her, like, what do you want? Like, before she died, we didn't ask her, Mom! Fuck! I asked my mom what she wanted us to do with her body, and she said, just burn it. That's what she said. Burn it. What, in the yard with leaves? What the fuck? She didn't want a funeral, no pageantry, nothing. So she booked it herself. That was her last act as an American consumer. She went online with a credit card, and she booked her own cremation. It's true. At a place called Boston Crematorium. Just this place that burns bums and dogs all day. And they just folded my mom and did a workload. We didn't even know, just this guy showed up. I'm here for you, Ma. All right, Sully, she's in there. And he went in there to prepare her. My sisters are waiting in the hall, and he was in there for a while. I didn't say anything. I'm just saying he was in there with my mom for a long time. That's all I'm saying. And also that I was worried he was fucking my dead mother. Anyway, then he brought her out in a kind of a nice bag, and he put her in a van. Just his van. It was like a 98 Ford Windstar with a bottle of red Gatorade rolling around in the back. It's the last time I saw my mom. It's what she wanted. Because she didn't believe in this God shit. She just didn't. A friend of mine sent me a porn the other day. Folks can just send you pornography now. It was a porn, it was two old men. Like really old guys, really old. and they were sucking each other's cocks. Like, really sucking each other's cocks. They were so old. I was surprised they were doing anything. But there they were. One of them is like sitting on the edge of a bed, and his socks have fallen, you know. And the other guy's on his knees on a pillow, and he's just fucking blowing the guy. Then they switched places. I watched long enough to see them switch places. And when the second guy was done, I called my friend and said, "Why'd you send me this?" He said, "Because it's amazing." And it really was, you know? It really was. I've watched it a few times. Because it doesn't turn me on, it's inspiring. Because you're like, go, fellas. Because you worry about old guys. You know, you see an old man walking by himself with just a grapefruit in a plastic bag, you know? And you're like, oh, shit, that's horrible. Maybe he's going to suck another guy's cock. Life might be better than you think. It's interesting because porn used to be like you go find your thing, you know? But now you go to a porn site, it's everybody's stuff. You can put in a search word to narrow it down, or you can look around. Find new things. I saw a fart porn one time. So fart porn. I never thought I'd be turned on by farts. I'm not interested in farts. Farts are okay. I'm farting right now. I've been farting this whole time. And I didn't want to watch it because it was a fart porn. It was because of the title. The title is what got me. The title was "Nice Girl Farts in Your Face." Who's not going to watch that? Nice girl farts in your face. So I click on it, and there's this girl standing there. I'm like, she is nice. She's totally nice. Just a nice girl standing there. Pink sweater with little blue buttons on it. And she's looking in the camera and she says, "Hi, I'm so glad to see you." And I was like, wow, she made me feel good, you know? And then she turns around like she goes, "I gotta show you something I bought." And she's reaching up and all of a sudden, and I was like, oh my God. I mean, it was in the title. I knew it was gonna happen, but I was like, oh my God. She just farted right in my face. She seemed so nice. But the best part is when her reaction, because I thought she would be like, "That's right, I farted in your face." But she wasn't. She was like, "Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I can't believe that happened." I've never been that hard in my entire life. I was so excited. Because I realized it's not really about the fart. It's about the shame. It's about the sexy shame of a truly nice girl who just thunder farted right in your face, and she regrets it. Here's the worst part. I can't find one that good again. I can't. They're never that good. I've been chasing the dragon on this fart porn for months. It's just always some bored chick. Hello. Like, come on. Tighten it up, would you? A little bit?
I try to be a good dad, but, you know, like the life just kind of takes off. Your kids start, you know, they get their own ideas. And my 9-year-old, she's just figuring out about lying. And that's a tough thing. It's hard to roll that one back because lying is pretty amazingly useful in life. It's like, how do you tell a kid not to use a thing that just solves every possible problem? Like magic. How do you... Because that's why kids lie, because they're in trouble. They lie because they're in more trouble than they can take. You know, because kids, when a 9-year-old lies, it's not for some weird Machiavellian, you know. "Do you know what my teacher said about you? It's interesting." They don't just make it up. They lie because they're in trouble. And it's more than they can, because trouble is too much for a kid. Trouble, for grown-ups, we can take trouble. We don't care. We just go, "Oh, I'm sorry. Am I in trouble? Whoops." We don't care. But to a little kid, trouble is like this horrible, did you take the chocolates? And she did, and she doesn't know how to handle it. Did you take it? No. Well, all right then, have a nice day. How do you then tell her, yeah, don't ever apply that perfect solution again to terrifying things? Mark Twain once said, a man who always tells the truth doesn't have to remember what he said. And that's great. But Mark Twain also said, there once was a big black guy named Nigger Jim. So, I don't know if 100% of the things he said were perfectly awesome. Really, Mark, Nigger Jim, you're gonna go with... That's the best you could do. To name the... Yeah, got kind of a nice ring to it, Nigger Jim. Yeah, well, it's a little on the nose, isn't it? Could have called him Black Mike. I mean, just a little... Take it down one notch of the... Thanks for that, Mark. Anyway, so... While we're in this area, now that I know you guys are cool, no. No. But. The one thing I truly resent about my children is that they don't respect sleep. They don't. They don't give a shit. My kids get me up at 6 o'clock in the mother cunting morning. They get me up at 6 fucking fart on a kitten's twat o'clock in the morning. That's how early. I don't have to get up till 7 to get them to school, but they wake me up because they're awake. And I understand it's because they're excited about life still. When they wake up, they're like, and they want to tell me they're alive. Daddy, look, it's all still here. I'm like, I know, I'm trying to run out the clock and die. Please let me sleep. And at 6 in the morning, I am sleeping, man. I am sleeping a beautiful sleep. I am sleeping a deep, dark African sleep. I am fathoms deep in a river of warm chocolate, just, And sleep is like an ancient with 20 tongues just blowing me like perfectly. And she's speaking a dead language. Oh, fuck yes, please. And she's feeding syrupy heroin into my while she's oh, fuck, that's so good. I don't care if I never come. This is so good. Daddy! No. No. Daddy! No! I walk around my apartment. I can never see out of my right eye till about 10 a.m. It's totally clouded. I have a doctor friend, I told him that, he's like, I've never heard of that. What was that? Oh, I have two. Why the did I do that? That was dumb. Why did I that lady all those years ago? Could be sleeping right now. I love sleep. I love it. When I'm on the road, I sleep. Last week, I slept 12 hours one night. 12 hours, that feels good. It's a little too long. If you sleep 12 hours, you go a little too far in. If you sleep 12 hours, you have weird dreams. Because you only need 8 hours to dream properly. For 8 hours, your dreams are your brain working. Because all day, you're walking around, your brain's just trying to run your legs and your arms and shit and your lungs, and then there's just like new iPods and people and shit, and after a while you're like, shut it down! And they're all in your brain going, fuck, that was crazy, and they're just clean. Man, what a day. And for 8 hours, your dreams are your brain taking your memories and your crazy thoughts and your fears and putting them in order. After 8 hours, if you stay asleep, your brain looks at you like, all right, you want to see some shit? I mean, if you want to around, I'll show you some shit. I got some shit here. You want to find out who you really are? You sure you want to hang around for the late show? Because this gets fucked up now. Yeah, maybe you forgot about this! My dreams are always something really weirdly repetitive and small and upsetting. Like the other night, my dream was Gene Hackman making me put a rock in a bag over and over again. That was the whole dream. Put a rock in that bag. Put another rock in the bag. I wake up with just pee all over me. That's what I live for, sleep and food. I don't really care about anything else. But it's important to me to do a good job because it's my job. I mean, also you paid me, and you paid me. I get money from every ticket, so your money is mine now. I own it now, and it's gonna be gone tomorrow. I'm a piece of shit. I don't save money. If I die tonight, my kids are homeless tomorrow morning. Someone's gonna wake them up. Your daddy's dead. Get your shit and get out, because I don't save money. I think it's arrogant to save money. You shit it out. Money is like oxygen. It's not my money. It's the money. I could die tomorrow, so it. I spend it. I didn't buy my mom a house. You're supposed to have that musical montage when you get a TV show where you take your mom to the... Oh, look at it. I didn't do that. She's my mom, but she's not me. Why would I buy her a house? But,
Murder is a weird law structure also. This is not a sentence, didn't make any sense, but murder should be simple because it's a binary crime. You kill somebody or you don't. They're alive or they're dead. It's one or the other. But the laws around murder are a little murky. One person can kill somebody, get 100 years. Somebody else gets 20. Why? What's the difference? Here's what they base your sentence on with murder. They base it on how you felt when you murdered them. That's weirdly important. They say, okay, you shot him in the face. But what was up with you, man? Like, what was going on? Like, come on. I think if you murder somebody, your sentence should be based on how old the person was that you murdered. That should matter. How much of their life did you take away? Like, if you see a 3-year-old girl in the park and you just kick her to death. It's a hypothetical. Grow up. It's a hypothetical. I'm not asking you to go do that. I'm just asking you to just really imagine just kicking a 3-year-old till she's dead. If you kill a 3-year-old, you should do a lot of time. You should do a lot of time, unless she's got like diabetes. You got to work it all in. But what if you kill somebody who's like 98? He's 98, and he's like in a hospice. He's not even good 98. He's in a hospital. You know what hospice is? It's like a hospital where they don't try to help you. And say there's a guy, he's like 98 in a hospice. He's got cancer and AIDS and COVID. And he's like, "Ugh," and they just unplugged him. He's, and right then you walk in. Shoot him right in the face. You should get like 5 minutes for that. I was thinking about that today. I was, because I'm going to see my dad next week. And my dad, let me tell you something, okay? My father is not in a hospice. My dad is in a facility being kept alive. For whose benefit? I don't get it. It's just and they just put food in and just, come on, keep going. Like, what does he have, a secret he hasn't told yet? Because, look, my mom just died. She just died. That's how it works. By the way, for you young people, here's how life goes. One of your parents is going to die, and the other one is just never going to die. They just will never die, ever. And guess what? It's not the one you wanted. Nope. It's not the one you wish to have kept. It's not your good parent. Nobody's got two good parents. You have a nice one and a shitty one. And the nice one just dies, because that's what nice people do. I'll just die. I don't want to bother everybody. And the shitty one just hangs in there. Yes, I'm still here. Another day of this. Why? What the for the long life? You can live too long, I think. You can live too long. Some people are 100. Get the out of here. Nobody knows you. What are you going to run into somebody? Hey! Some people are even older. Some people are, you ever read about the oldest person in the world? There's always an oldest person. And sometimes you read about them because the other one just died. That's when they tell you that there's a new oldest person. Last one I read about was 114. 114, he's a teenager after 100. You know what that means? That means he's got a kid who's like 92. Who's like, please die. I'm just hanging around so I can have 1 week without you in it. I used to date a woman who was a vegan, so I had to f her with my substitute. And remember when meeting a vegan was weird? Remember when that was like a strange thing? Like, oh, what is that? Like, you probably met your first vegan in the 90s. You had like a dinner party, and somebody brought a vegan. And they said, just so you know, I'm a vegan. You're like, I'm sorry, you're a vegetarian? And they're like, no. All right, what is the thing? And they tell you all, okay, yeah, I have no food for you. You can eat a napkin and paper, I don't care. But then you met another vegan, and you're like, oh, okay. And then now they're everywhere. Now, who cares? There's several vegans in restaurants and whatever. It's kind of like gay people, sort of a similar trajectory of growth and acceptance in the culture, you know? Gay people and vegans have a lot in common. Like, they both have to tell their families at Thanksgiving. That's when they have to tell them. And dad gets angry. Your mother worked all night cooking that turkey, and you're telling me you're a faggot? You know, it's drama. But those are the old days. Things are better now. I think it's pretty amazing when you think about it. The people used to say that being gay was wrong. Pretty recently, folks used to, like most people used to say that being gay was wrong. Of course, it's not wrong to be gay. I mean, it's pretty gay, but it's not wrong. But that's what people used to say. And now nobody says that. And I think that's a positive change. I think that's a good thing. Although I do wonder if there are gay people who miss when it was wrong. Maybe there's a few who miss when it was, because wasn't it a little more fun when it was like, this is crazy? Like, didn't that give it a little zhuzh, a little, I could lose my job, oh. Because now they're like everybody else, which is great, and they can get married, that's terrific, but is that fun to your husband at your house? Wasn't it more fun to be in an old nightclub at 4 a.m, like, I'm breaking my mother's heart? Oh, yeah. I don't know. I don't even mean just gay people. Just some people like when sex is a little up, you know? Some people like when sex is a little all right. No. All right, you want to talk about it? Should we talk about it? Yeah, all right. I don't mind talking about it. Okay. Here's what I'll do. I'll give you some advice. Here's some advice that really only I can give you. Here's my advice. If you ever ask somebody, can I jerk off in front of you? Just let me finish. Let me finish what I'm saying. Okay. If you ever ask somebody, may I jerk off in front of you? And they say yes. Just say, are you sure? That's the first part. And then if they say yes, just don't do it. Just don't do it. Because look, whatever you're into, okay? Because everybody's got their thing. Whatever your thing is, I don't know. You all have your thing. I don't know what your thing is. You're so lucky that I don't know what your thing is. Do you understand how lucky you are that people don't know your thing? Because everybody knows my thing. Everybody knows my thing now. Obama knows my thing. Do you understand how that feels? To know that Obama was like, good Lord. Everybody in the world knows my thing. I got on an airplane in Italy. This little kid was like, Mama, that's the guy who jack off in front of the people. So whatever your thing is, I don't know what it is. Maybe you can't come unless you have your father on speakerphone. Whatever it is. If you want to do it with somebody else, you need to ask first. But if they say yes, you still don't get to just go, woo, and charge ahead. You got to check in often. I guess that's what I would say. Check in. Because it's not always clear how people feel. Like, men are taught to make sure the woman is okay. But the thing is, women know how to seem okay when they're not okay. So you can't just look at her face and be like, yeah, her eyes are dry, we're fine, let's just keep going. You got to check in. Because communication during sex can be very confusing. Like, sometimes you're with a woman, you're having sex, she's making noises, she's going like, ooh, ah, and you're like, oh, she loves it. Not necessarily. Sometimes they're making those noises just to get through it. Because it's easier to go, ooh, than to say, I hate how you f*** me. Honestly, it's awful. So she goes, ooh, baby. It's kind of like a Negro spiritual. It's sort of similar. So to assume that she likes it is like if they heard slaves singing in the fields and you're like, hey, they're having a great time out there. As far as my thing, I don't know what the f***. People are like, why do you want to do it anyway? Okay, I don't know. I like jerking off. I don't like being alone. That's all I can tell you. I get lonely. Where is everyone? It's just sad. I like company. I like to share. I'm good at it, too. If you're good at juggling, you wouldn't do it alone in the dark. You would gather folks and amaze them. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that shit. Well, I was on the subway platform one time, standing on the platform, waiting for my train, and I look over, and there's 2 rats, and they're on the platform. Never saw that before. 2 rats, and I watched them. Because you can watch rats fuck, it's not a big deal. You don't have to go like... You can just totally watch them like this. Anyway, I watched the rat because I was curious how they do it. There's nothing surprising about how they do it, by the way. It's not like she's on top going, It's a pretty standard rat. He's on top, smushing her into the pavement, and she's like... So I'm watching him. I didn't miss my train, just like while I was there. Because I was curious. I wanted to see what it's like when he comes. That's what I wanted to see. I realized he's gonna come at some point. I want to see what it's like when a boy rat comes. Like, is it just a biological thing? Just like, meh, and then he leaves? Or is it like, oh, shit? Is it like an orgasm? Ah! I told that story to a friend of mine, and she said, well, what about the girl rat? Why don't you wonder how she comes? Why don't you empower her and ask yourself about her orgasm? What are you, crazy? Girl rats don't come. There's no way that when rats fuck, the girl gets to come. Because he's not holding out for her. He's not that kind of dude, you could tell. He doesn't give a shit. He's gonna come and leave. He doesn't even know her fucking name. He's not sitting there like trying to wait for her and trying to think of things to keep from coming, like giant garbage bags with no food in them or whatever. And even if he did, she's on a subway platform in front of people. She's not going to be able to get to that special place inside, that quiet place within herself that girl rats need to find so they can have their orgasm. Because I know what girl rats need. I know how to make a girl rat come. I do. You just pick them up and you hold them upside down and you just... Yeah, my dog died recently. I had to tell the kids that the dog is dead. That's a tough thing, telling your kids that the dog died. You got to tell them at some point. You can't just keep going. Where? No, where you go? Whoa, there he goes. I don't know. He's that little scamp. Go get him. Told my kids the dog died, and we dealt with it. And I was proud of them how they expressed their feelings about it. They cried. I was proud of them how they dealt with their feelings and what they said about it and how they processed it. And I realized this was a positive thing. That's how you start thinking as a parent. A lot of things you don't think of would be positive really are because a dog dying is an opportunity to deal with death with your kids. It's like a dry run for grandma. It is. It is. Dog dies, you talk about it, you deal with it. Later on you go, so you know all that stuff we talked about the dog? Yes, so grandma now. Mm-hmm. All the same stuff. That's right. All right, go brush your teeth. I had a dog when I was a kid, and he hated me. And it really hurt. It's a true story. My dog hated me. And I wanted a dog so bad. I was like 10 years old. I used to beg my mother for a dog. And she just would say, like, you had one when you were a baby and it died. It's fine. But finally she said, you can have a dog if you keep your room clean for a month. And I was so excited because I was like, I'm getting a dog. I told all my friends, I'm going to get a dog. All I have to do is keep my room clean for a month. I lasted about a week and it just went to shit. I couldn't do it. And I tried like 3-4 days. I couldn't do it. And I got so depressed. I was like, I'm 10 and I already know my life is going to be because I can't do anything. And finally my mom was like, well, get the dog. You're bumming everybody out. So she got us a dog. And the dog looked at me and he hated me on sight. And I worked hard to take care of this dog. I was kind to him and he still hated me, which hurt. That's why it hurt. Because he must have just hated like who I am inside. You could tell how he felt because he was very expressive. He was a terrier, you know, so he had eyebrows. Like, I'd walk in the room and he'd go like, oh, fuck, I can't. And he would just leave. I would take him for a walk and I had to use a leash, and I didn't want to use a leash. I want to be one of those cool guys with a dog that just comes along. You know, those guys always got like a suede jacket with patches in it. And like scratchy hair, and he's like, hey, and gets in his old pickup, and he's like, come on, dad. He goes like, you know those guys that can whistle, that cool whistle? Whatever. Woo! And the dog jumps in the back, and they both get laid somewhere because they're both so cool. That's what I wanted. But my dog would go for a walk and the leash was like taut like this. It wasn't even like, yeah, we're friends. It was like, I'm far from this kid trying to get my face. He would be choking himself the whole thing. And if I ever like slipped and dropped the leash, he was like, I'm not your dog. He would just run. He would run like a slave. He would just take off. That's how he ran. It's an apt description. That's how he ran. He didn't run like a deer. This is how deer ran. He ran like this. He ran away so many times, and then we got a call from the pound. Hi, we have your dog. And you could hear my dog in the background like, don't... Seriously? I told you I don't want to...
Of all, amazing.
Vagina. I used to think it was called a vagina.
Construction worker.
I did because I grew up in Boston.
And I drink beer and I get in
And
fights.
I don't know if you are familiar with, people call it the Boston accent. It's not an accent. It's a whole city of people saying most words wrong. It's just a stupidity in a massive region. Because my teachers, they teach you to talk like that. My teacher, I had a teacher named Miss Doherty, but she thought her name was Mrs. Darity.
And all the
She mispronounced her own name.
Studied for years and
Miss Darity.
than us. It's
And she gave us sex ed. It was 5th grade. We had sex ed with Mrs. Darity. And she's showing us the diagram. She's like, this is a penis.
Remember Good Will Hunting? Of course, right?
And this is a vagina.
He plays a very complicated young man.
Now, during intercourse, the man ejaculates sperm up into the vagina.
Fucking insane.
And then
It
later,
only makes sense if he wrote it for himself
baby
to be the guy.
comes out of the vagina.
It's the worst example of that in the movie.
Sometimes it's retarded.
This was the 70s. Teachers said retarded in Boston in the 70s. My daughter's retarded. She used to tell us every day. I have a daughter and she's mentally retarded. She's 35 and she lives in my house. She better be f***ing retarded. I'm gonna stick her back up in my vagina. So I thought it was called a vagina until I was like 25. And I remember thinking it was like it's a vagina. It's like a thing that vagines, you know? Like you use it to I got a vagina my driveway. I don't know, like, just got to vagina this new table I just made. That would make a nice table. Like you make a new table and then you take the 80 grid paper and you sand it, and then 120, and then you go, all right, honey, get up there. And she just... It's like an old, like one of those Danish tables, or like a, ooh, nice old Italian table. This table is very smooth because my wife have a very juicy boozy, and she vagina the table. And my family, we do this for generations, and we vagina. All right. I've been thinking about my memories because I have kids now. And my kids are at an age where I remember being their age. I remember being a 6-year-old. I remember being a 9-year-old. And that's a big threshold that my kids have crossed, is that I remember being their age. Because when you're raising kids, you're not raising the kid in front of you. You're raising the grown-up that they're going to be later. And I was a kid once. When they were babies, I didn't really relate to them because they're babies. A baby is not going to remember shit that is happening to it. If you have a baby, keep it alive and enjoy yourself. But really, the baby it's not going to matter. A baby is not accumulating anything. It's like an Etch-a-Sketch that you shake every day. It doesn't matter. You go up to your baby, you can go up to your baby's face every day and you f*** you, baby, like right every day, it wouldn't matter. Hey, baby, you big, you do that every day, wouldn't matter. I mean, they'll grow up with a general sadness inside, but they won't actually remember. Why? And memories are weird because memories get distorted by who you are now and who you were when you experienced them. Like, I remember when I first started doing stand-up, I was living in Boston, and there was one club that was owned by a gay guy. And my memory is that guy was always trying to f*** me. That's my memory. I've carried it for 20 years. There was a gay guy tried to f*** me all the time. And recently I caught up with an old friend of mine from those days who I hadn't seen in years. And we started talking about different people, and he brought him up. And I said, that guy always used to try to f*** me. And he goes, he did? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, really? Did he like take you to his house or something and really try to physically? No, it's just that he, you know what I mean? He's trying to f*** me all the time. And he's like, well, did he push you and, you know, say stuff all the time and make you uncomfortable? No, it just was. And as we went through it, finally the truth that came out was the whole story really was there once was a gay man. That's it. That's really what happened. He was gay, I was 19, and now he tried to f*** me all the time. Like, I went through life with that. But I'm trying to remember, what is my first memory? Like, how far did my memories go? And I remember my first memory, I was 4 years old, and I was standing in front of my parents' house, and I was in my pants. I was just a massive, terribly painful shit. And I was halfway through the shit. That's my first memory, is being halfway. The first half of the shit, I don't remember it. That's still in the ether of infancy. The center of this shit was so wide that I actually came online as a result of the anal pain that I was experiencing. It actually awakened me into the stream of consciousness I'm now living. That's how my life started. That's who I am.
This is a very comfortable way to stand. I like to stand like this. Sometimes I stand like this. This isn't comfortable, but it's a tiny bit entertaining. Because it makes people look at you like, I don't know why that bothers me. That's a little weird. I mean, it's not crazy like standing like this, and it's not normal. It's just a little... You see people looking at you. What is it? Why is he... I do that when I have to go to places I don't like to go, you know, like CVS. I hate CVS. But sometimes you got to go in there. That should be their slogan. CVS. Sometimes you got to come in here. Where else are you going to get your wart Band-Aids? And that stuff for your dry vagina. Dry vagina. I used to think it was called a vagina when I was a kid because I grew up in Boston. Shut up. I don't care. In Boston, they have something they call the Boston accent. It's not an accent. It's a whole city full of people pronouncing most words wrong. It's a regionally agreed upon stupidity. And I was raised to talk like an idiot in Boston because the teachers talk like that and they teach you to talk like that. I remember my 5th grade teacher when we did sex ed, she was like, she was like a diagram, she was like, this is a penis and this is a vagina. Now during intercourse, the man ejaculates sperm into the vagina. And then later, a baby comes out of the vagina. And sometimes it's retarded. Yeah. It's sad when they come all mentally retarded. I grew up in the 70s and teachers said retarded. Some people are retarded. And they got retarded vaginas. I really did think it was called a vagina, and because sex is such a mysterious thing to a boy, I thought it was like a thing that you use to vagine with. I gotta go to Rent-A-Tool and get a vagina so I could vagine my driveway. I just made a really nice table. I gotta vagine it. That would make a nice table. Make a new table and you sand it and you're like, all right, honey, get up there. And she just... And you go, ooh. You don't even poly or anything. That's nice. That's like the old way to do it, you know? This table is very smooth because my wife have a very juicy boozy and she vagina the table is a long time. That is nice. Wow. Thank you, Mr. Tedesca-Tinioni.
First of all, I am
Here's the thing.
amazing.
Men, our biggest fear in life is that we're going to get caught being a kid. That's every guy's biggest fear. Even if you would never do it, every guy's like, that's what's going to happen to me. I know it. It's like being afraid of sharks when you live in the desert. Like, I don't go to the ocean, but it's going to happen.
My friends are like, you're
because it's a fear not based in its likelihood, but in how horrible it would be if it happened. Because when they catch a pedophile, holy
But then also,
holy it's brutal because we're scared. We're so scared of pedophilia
I didn't even
because
go to school.
it's here and it's not going anywhere. That's the fact. It's not like there's a finite amount of pedophiles, and we got the last one.
Geniuses that studied for years are like,
No, they it keeps happening every generation. There's more. Some of you have kids, and some of them are going to grow up and have kids. They might, you know.
And it's a movie I like. I actually
Okay,
like
no,
the movie.
of course, not yours for some reason, but they're coming from someplace.
Great performance. plays
So,
a very complicated young
any
man
real solution has to
wearing a
start
tight
with the
t-shirt
basic
for a
reality
that there will always be
And-
pedophiles.
that
It's
not a great
insane.
thought. I understand it's not an
Fucking
uplifting.
insane.
You wouldn't put that on a fridge magnet
It only makes sense if he wrote it for himself to be
or on
the
your
guy.
screensaver at the office.
So the scene I was looking for,
There will
it's the
always
worst
be
example
pedophiles.
of that in the movie.
Hey, where's Jim? He's not at his desk.
We do. We have to start with that reality because our solutions that we have so far don't really work.
Here's our current solution to pedophilia. We wait till somebody about 10,000 kids, and then we go, all right, you better cut that out. That's pretty much it.
There's no measures for preventing it.
None. We have no policy to prevent we're not even just like a street sign. There's a street sign for everything. No hunting, no spitting, no skateboarding. I've never seen a don't a child sign in the world. I've been all over the world. Not even just like a picture of a guy and a kid with a line through it. So that it transcends language barriers. I mean, try it. You won't get most of them with the sign. But even if one out of 50 of them is like, oh shit, I'm sorry, I didn't know it was an issue. That's money well spent. There's things that might work and we don't even try them. Like, is anybody working on very realistic child sex dolls?
Okay, then let him your kids forever. If that's better? I'm so sorry for suggesting something that might actually work.
Oh no! Let him both my sons, but don't make a doll. That would be distasteful. The thing is that I'm still talking about it. This problem, we lose things because we won't really face it, that are important to us, like the Boy Scouts. Boy Scouts, wonderful thing. Being sued out of existence because of all the kid that goes on. And I know it's upsetting because, look, here's the thing. The Boy Scouts is a wonderful thing for kids. They go to the woods. They work together. They learn skills. They get in touch with nature. What could it be better for a boy than that? But some of those guys want to the kids. I don't think they do it a lot. It's not like there's just a load of kids being in the Boy Scouts. I think it's mostly that they find out that the guy wants to. I don't actually know, though. I don't. Do you know why I don't know? Because I'm afraid to look it up. I'll go to prison for typing it into a Google. How do you solve a problem if you're afraid to look it up? How many Boy Scouts get on it? Oh! Every time I move, I gotta tell my neighbors that I looked that up. Here's what happens. Every few years, you find out there's some pedophile type people in the Boy Scouts, and then they announce, we got them all. We're good. And then a year later, well, there's a bunch more. What's going on here? At some point, you got to wake up to the basic fact that maybe the people who are best suited to give your kids these wonderful experiences are folks that want to them. Maybe that's why they're good at it. Maybe that's, if you want that, that's where you go. Maybe that's just the way that goes. Who else would want to take a bunch of kids to the woods? Who wants to take your kid to the woods? You don't want to take them. Who else would want to do that except people that are barely containing that they want to every kid in the face? That's why they're good at it. That's what makes them good at it. I'm not saying that all scoutmasters are pedophiles. I might be saying that the best ones are. I might be saying that. That sounds right. So I don't know. You have to lose the whole thing. Just tell your kids. Some of those guys want to you. Just be careful. Have a good time. Take the contribution from where it comes. Michael Jackson, wonderful music. Blessed us with wonderful music. Did some other things too. What's worse? A pedophile who makes beautiful music or one that doesn't? This is the choices. No pedophiles is not on the menu.
Of all,
And I think I'm getting worse as a person. Because as you get older, you start finding out. Like, let me give you an example before I rented a car a couple weeks ago in Los Angeles. Had the car for a few days, and then when I went home, I had to drop the car at the rental place. You know, you got to go to the rental place that's off the airport. Give them the car, give them your thing with the mileage. You got to get on a bus and then go to your terminal and check in. I was late and I was worried about missing my flight, so I knew I had no time to do any of that. So I never did this before. I just drove my car right to the terminal and just left it there. And I got
I didn't even go
on the plane. And once I was on the plane and I had a little moment, I called Hertz and I said, hey, listen, your car is sitting out in front of Terminal 4 and the keys are in it. So that's where it is. And the guy's like, you can't do that. You have to return it to this location and then get... And I go, well, I didn't do that already.
It's a movie I like.
And now I'm leaving California. So if you want your car, you need to go to that place where it is.
Matt Damon.
And he was like, oh, Jesus, man. All right. We'll get it. And that was the end of it.
It's insane.
And I realized I could do this every time. Every time I rent a car. Because of course they want you to do all that. But if you don't, they still want the car back. They're gonna send a dude.
So the scene I was looking for.
You could drive a car till you don't want it. Just get out of it while it's moving and just walk away. Well, I don't feel like being in that car any longer. Just call Hertz. Hi, your car is drifting into the intersection of 28th and Broadway. If you're interested, it's now your problem. But see, this is a terrible realization. Because you should act in a way that if everybody acted that way, things would work out. You should, because it would be mayhem if everybody was like that. And most people kind of don't care. Most people are very selfish. Most people don't give a shit what happens as long as they get to do their favorite thing. People don't even want to back off from their favorite thing. They won't even do their second favorite thing. Like, you ever seen somebody like they're at an intersection and they want to make a left, but they're in the all the way right lane because they messed up. So now here's the guy. He's in the right lane and there's a lot of cars, like 6th Avenue, like a lot of cars. And he wants to make that left. So what does he do? He just does it anyway. He just goes ahead and he just shoves his car through everybody's life without any... And everybody's honking and outraged. And you always see the guy go, I have to. There's no other possible thing I could do. What else could I do except go up one more block and then go left and take 4 seconds? That's not my favorite way, though. That only meets 99% of my criteria. But I'm selfish.